We're gonna need some crying obsidian for this, as well as some glowstone. There we go, some glowstone. And that way we can make a respawn anchor. And we're gonna need a respawn anchor so that we can set our home in the Nether. What up, my roomies, and welcome back to the technical guide to Minecraft. And today we're going to be surveying the nether roof in order to find a suitable place that we can place down the Gigacore headquarters, which will house the Gigacore storage center. It's getting really hard to say Gigacore all the time, but I'm going to say it anyway. So ideally, the area that we're trying to look for is a warp forest biome, and in the warp forest biome beneath the nether roof we'll have a large area. Warp forest. Oh, that was quick. So ideally, underneath this bedrock roof is going to be an area that's mostly open because we want to show off the skyscraper that is Gigacore headquarters. And there's going to be a reason why we're going to set up our base here on the nether roof is mostly because we'll be able to centralize all different parts of the farm easily here. And now that we have water in the nether, we'll be able to have a very robust storage center. So let's break this bedrock roof and figure out where we are. We're going to be very careful. Just place this block down. So fortunately enough is that this warp forest has an opening right beneath this netherrack. And so we're going to use this area to build the headquarters. Now that we decided on a spot for us to use as the Gigacore headquarters, I'll explain why we're going to be using this area and the nether specifically in order to make the headquarters. Welcome to Gigacore, where safety is a concern. Now over here we have a nether portal. As many of you may know, nether portals link us over to the overworld. But the way in which it does is quite formulaic. See, whatever coordinates that you see on the right, in this case -24 by -164, if you multiply this by 8, it'll come out to 192 and 1312 respectively. By using these coordinates, if we go up back on the other side, we could then pair up the nether portals respectively. So in this case, we'll go over to 192 and then go over to 1312, and then right here we'll build our nether portal. So once we ignite it and go through, you'll see that we will go back to the nether portal we just created. It's pretty handy, especially when you're trying to cover long distances. But what if we use this in order to cover a lot of ground, set up a lot of farms, all consolidated into one spot? In the overworld, two nether portals have to be 128 blocks away from each other in order to have separate nether portals. And that equates to 16 blocks in the nether. So if we're in the nether, we just go 16 blocks away from this nether portal. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 away, and we can make another nether portal. And this will take us to a different location entirely. So light this up and you'll see that we'll be in a different location. And just to see where this will end up and where we could fix this nether portal, we'll take again our trusty calculator, do 24 times 8 and 184 times 8, and the coordinates will be 192 and 1472 respectively. So that's our old nether portal right over there. If you were to delete this, and then we'll find our area, which is 192 and 1472, we can build another nether portal, which will take us to the nether portal that we just made. And as a result, even though the distance between both these nether portals are really low, they cover a lot of ground. And we could use this to our advantage. If you remember from our zombie villager episode, we talked about making a chunk loader. See, what a chunk loader does is that it'll send an item through the nether portal and send it back into the overworld. Thus, the chunk that we're in remains loaded. But what if we use this mechanic not to chunk load, but rather to feed a storage system? So if we go on the other side, the red concrete that we just picked up will then get picked up by these minecarts. These hopper minecarts will then go into these hoppers, and the hoppers will go into this dropper. Now imagine, if you will, that this dropper shoots the items that we get into a storage system. Now you might be wondering, wait a second, most storage systems require water. You following me here? Several episodes ago, we tackled this issue of water with another water. For those who have been watching for a while, you'll know that I have access to water in the nether. This makes this whole theoretical storage system possible. And if we have farms from different nether portals all feeding into the centralized storage system, the amount of material and the kinds of material that we can get is virtually limitless, which is going to be super beneficial for us and why we're going to be setting up the Gigacore HQ over into the nether. So, with with all that in mind, let's set this whole thing up over in the newly placed Kiku Core headquarters. Quick interruption. I noticed that only 12% of you are actually subscribed to this channel. Watching this long, I must be doing something right, so if you like this video, hit that like button and please subscribe to this channel. Any support helps and these videos take a bit long to make. Thank you so much, and back to the video. So as some of you may remember, in the previous episode, we collected ourselves a bunch of obsidian, and that obsidian is specifically for this reason. Well, this reason and another reason, but we'll get into that in a future episode, because we're going to be navigating this world through nether portals efficiently and as minimally as possible, because those nether portals are going to act as a collection array for the Kiku Core storage warehouse. That way, we can minimize our time over in the overworld and maximize our time building in the nether. Man, the amount of chests that I have is ridiculous. Let's grab the obsidian that we were using before, dump these down because you don't need them for now, and get to work. Alright, now that we set up all the nether portals, you're probably asking yourself, why are there two big portals, like one over here and one over here? Well, the reason is quite simple. The Kiku Core HQ is going to be the central place for both the warehouse and all the different farms. And what these big nether portals give is access to areas in which the interns can have a subdivision just for themselves. Because each of these nether portals are 16 blocks apart, discounting the big nether portals, we have 8 areas in which we can capitalize for the means of Kiku Core. So let's start off with this nether portal right over here. To ensure that we accurately get each and every one of these nether portals, we're going to put down a white carpet just to annotate that this nether portal has been seen through. And we're going to write down its coordinates. So in this case, it's 188 by 641. Then we're going to take our trusty calculator over here. Then we're going to times the 2 coordinates by 8. So let's jump through and then fix another portal on the other side. Okay, we are in a cave. That is a little less than ideal. I don't want to be inside of a cave. And we're at negative 23. Are we like under an ocean or something? Oh, this is a river biome. You can see on the top left that this is a river biome, which is going to be great for us when we make a copper farm. Finally, made it to the surface. Oh my word, this is a big river biome. This is going to be great for us to use as a copper farm in a future episode, mind you, but so let's mosey our way over to the coordinates. And there you go. And that's how we link up portals from the nether roof to the overworld and vice versa. If we go through this one, theoretically, it should be the same thing, but in a different location. So we'll mark this with a white carpet and go through. And there you go. As you can see, we're in a completely new area despite being in close proximity of each other. And so we're going to fix this nether roof and yeah, get to it. And there you go, we have 10 different nether portals going to different biomes. And granted, some of them are repeats, but we don't have to use those biomes for the same purpose. No. We could use those biomes for specific farms. And this will be a good spot for us to set up our base.